If you're a huge fan of MMORPGs, you're probably aware of this little game called Guildwars 2 developed by ArenaNet. Guildwars is a massive game that was released in 2012, and in August it celebrated its 10-year anniversary. The game has often been compared, unsurprisingly, to World of Warcraft, with the only difference between the two games being that Guildwars is free to play and doesn't require a subscription. On this 10-year anniversary, the guys at ArenaNet have decided to celebrate by launching their beloved game onto the Steam platform on August 23rd, with Guild Wars 2 still being free to play and its massive lore and newfound availability on Steam. A lot of gamers are wondering whether they should give the game a go or not. Hello and welcome to All Patch Notes. Today we are going to be discussing whether Guild Wars 2 is still worth playing even after its Steam release. Is it a good game? So without further ado, let's get started. Guild Wars 2 is a sequel to, congrats, you guessed it, Guild Wars, which was released in 2005. Just like its predecessor, Guild Wars 2 was subscription free, although since its launch in 2012 and up until 2015, a purchase fee was still required to install the game. Surprisingly, in the first 2 weeks since its launch, the game had managed to sell over 2 million copies. By 2015, when Guild Wars 2 became free to play, it had sold over 5 million copies worldwide. When asked about the decision to make the game free to play, the co-founder of ArenaNet, Mike O'Brien, has said that no, the quality of the game will not be suffered from the removal of the purchase fee, but rather they just wanted to keep things simple for their fans. With all the new expansion packs they had planned, it just made sense to make the game free and only charge for the expansions. So, what is Guild Wars 2? Well, it's a massive multiplayer online role-playing game, or MMORPG, that is set in a fantasy world of Tyria. The action happens 250 years after the last Guild Wars campaign, and the game thrusts you into Tyria, that has now been taken over by the large, bad elder dragons and their vast armies of the undead. The 5 races of the game features Azura, Char, Human, Norm, and Slavari have been pushed onto their territories, and your mission as a player is to reunite them all, defeat the dragons, and reclaim the territory. And here's the good news. Designer and writer C. Susby has confirmed upon the game's release that the players will actually get to fight dragons. He said that, quote, primarily the game will focus on one dragon in particular, but others are present in the world. Their activities will have an impact on Tyria, and players will have the opportunity to experience the real danger that all of these creatures present, end quote. As a character in the game, you are tasked with reuniting the members of the disbanded Destiny's Edge Guild, which symbolizes the unification of all the 5 races, and together you need to fight and ultimately defeat Zatian, the undead elder dragon. With its rich lore and over 10 years of developing story arcs, it is understandably why new players and even older ones who played the game before but took a break seem to find it overwhelming to get into. Everything that ArenaNet has changed about the game in the past 10 years since the release has been based on player feedback. This is a great thing, and it has improved player experience massively, while also ensuring that the gamers are motivated to stay loyal to Guild Wars 2. But now, with Steam release and their 10-year anniversary, ArenaNet has also taken into consideration how would a new player feel when they first download the game and create an account. So, ArenaNet has made a decision to bring back Living World Season 1, which is said to be the best pieces of content Guild Wars 2 players have experienced. This move should help new players understand the story better, and the old players get to enjoy this popular season once more. And just to make things even better, the developers have combined the story of Living World Season 1 and weaved it into the 5 episodes that were set to release this year as follows. Number 1, Living World Season 1, Episode 1, Arthur Blade Hideout Challenge Mode on the 19th of April. 2, Zunlei Jade Junkyard Challenge Mode on the 10th of May. Number 3, Living World Season 1 Episode 2, Caning Overlook Challenge Mode, New Legendary Weapon Variant on the 24th of May. Number 4, Dragon Bash Festival, Harvest Temple Challenge Mode on the 7th of June. And number 5, a Balance Update, New Legendary Weapon Variants on the 28th of June. So even if you are new to the game, you should still be able to get into it fairly easily and enjoy all the awesome things that Tyria has to offer. On top of bringing back Living World Season 1, ArenaNet had also announced in 2021 that it was working on reconstructing and improving the world versus world combat in order to improve player experience. One of the main things that had set Guild Wars 2 apart from other MMOs is the world versus world combat. It's a game mode that basically encompasses 4 massive maps, and where 3 worlds, or servers I guess, compete at the same time to complete various objectives. This world versus world combat alone makes the game worth trying. On top of that, ArenaNet has also announced that there will be a 4th expansion pack after after the End of Dragons expansion. So there is still plenty of content to come in the next few years, which means that as a new player, or even as a veteran coming back, you will still have plenty of stuff to discover and to do. The combat in the game is probably its biggest strength, with many fans praising it to be fast-paced, very dynamic and responsive. The best part when it comes to combat though, is the fact that it's very easy to pick up even at a beginner's level. So no matter what your experience is as a gamer, combat won't feel like some Dark Souls purgatory where you just keep dying repeatedly. Also, the game has an action camera mode in combat which you can activate, and with which you have to target opponents precisely, bringing more of a challenge for veterans and those who just like playing on hard mode, I guess. Another cool thing that has made in-game traveling so much easier is their mount system, which was first introduced in the Path of Fire expansion. Mounts, if you've never played an MMO, are basically animals that players can interact with and ride from one place to another, and each mount has its own special use. Raptors can jump very far, jackals are very fast boys, jumpers can, as their name suggests, jump very high. And if you don't feel particularly social on one day, you want to avoid all the people on the ground, you can use graspings to glide in the air. And we know that some players might be a bit nervous, especially when starting the game. What if they don't meet any other players in the starting area to interact with? Well, that's something that you don't need to worry about. The game incentivizes its veterans to return to the starting area and offers them all sorts of rewards for doing just that. So you'll always see a friendly face around, and who knows, maybe they'll show you around and help you out with some tips and tricks so you can level up faster. Maybe you'll defeat a few bosses together and through that you'll become best friends forever. Okay, maybe we got a little bit carried away with the last part, but the point we're trying to make is that Guild Wars 2 has a very active player base even after 10 years. At the moment of filming of this video, over 240,000 players were online all over the world, and according to playercounter.com, Guild Wars 2 consistently has an active player base of 460,000 players. Plus, just look at the aesthetics and the way the game looks. A 10-year-old game to have such beauty and color artwork and still look good after this much time is very uncommon. The reason why Guild Wars 2 still looks this good 10 years after release is explained by former art director Horia Dacio in an interview. "We work in a style that is interesting, inclusive, expansive, but never puts graphics before art. The ideas and artistic creativity have to take a lead if we don't want our game to look dated after many years of people playing it every day. While we're always making small graphical improvements and using new tools, we put mood and tone at the forefront of all of our artistic decisions. And that's what will sustain us going forward too. If you want to join now, you will have plenty of things to do and the freedom to explore at your own pace and enjoy the vast lore and aesthetics the game has to offer. In addition to all that, the base game is free to play, which makes it that much easier to join and try the fun. Guild Wars 2 is said to be very similar to World of Warcraft, with many WoW players actually switching games in the past few years in favor of Guild Wars 2. So what are you waiting for? Go download now and get started on your quests. And if you did enjoy the video, don't forget to like and comment what you enjoy most in Guild Wars 2 if you are a player. Or if you are planning to try the game for the first time, what has convinced you to download it besides me? I know it's me, it's definitely me, right? It's me. But anyway, let us know in the comment section below. And don't forget to subscribe and click that bell icon to be notified every single time we post a new video, or we will patch you.